All right, let's get down to brass tacks here. Does that saying make any sense, really? I don't know why people say that, but they do. Why is Facebook so awesome? What can it actually do for us? And by all means, why in the world would this social network be able to beat out Google? Well, let's check it out. First off, 500 million users and growing every single day. When I say 500 million, I'm talking about what Facebook considers active users, people that log in basically on a daily basis. Okay, in my network of friends on my Facebook account, I can tell you that by and large, most of them use Facebook on a regular basis. Now, not all of them do. Maybe, just guessing here, I would say maybe half of them use it on a regular basis, the other half just on occasion. We're talking about 500 million users that log in every day, okay, and use Facebook. So the number of actual users, who knows what that might be. It could be anywhere between 750 million to a billion. But a lot of users using Facebook on a regular basis. And by the way, I have no clue how many total users they have signed up, just guessing on my own, based on my own experience. I don't even know if they post actual users. Whenever I see them posting user stats, it's always active users that they consider people, using it regularly. Facebook is a different model than Google. Facebook is all about users. It's not about advertisers. They are wanting, basically because of the nature of what Facebook is, it has to be something where people feel comfortable using it. It has to be something where, in other words, ads are not obtrusive or obstructing. People go to Facebook to use Facebook. Right? They don't, like with Google, they go there to maybe do a search to find something, and maybe they're looking to buy something and they want ads to come up that are relevant to that, obviously. With Facebook, though, they have to be a little more careful because people they're going to Facebook to use the site, to interact with their friends and colleagues. So it's okay to have ads show up. They're not looking for ads, though. They're not looking for products, but having the ads show up, if they're relevant, if they're pertinent to that individual, that's fine, and people don't usually have a problem with that. Now, because of those differences, there is a new book of rules here. You have got to learn the rules because you absolutely have to play by those rules. Now, if you do, if you play the game like Facebook wants you to, the chances of you getting a higher yield on every single dollar that you invest are absolutely fantastic. So we're talking about getting more back, ROI, return on investment, getting more back for everything that you spend. There was a campaign that I used to have on Google that basically for every dollar that I would spend, I would make $1 back. And that was pretty cool with me at the time. I would spend maybe in a month's time, I would spend $1,500. And by the time I did my expenses and advertising costs and, pulled that away from sales, I was making $1,500. So 100% ROI. Absolutely fine. Well, with Facebook, you're looking at spending less and getting more actual sales because the traffic that you're getting, much more targeted traffic. Now, what you got to do is, I know you have probably tried AdWords, but forget everything that you know about traditional pay-per-click, especially Google's pay-per-click model. You might be tempted to think that, I've done AdWords, so I'll just apply everything that I know to Facebook, and boom, away I go. Well, what's going to more likely than that, it's just not the same game. the tricks that you used on AdWords, good chance it's not going to work on Facebook. And there are things that you're allowed to do on AdWords that you're not allowed to do on Facebook. Just point blank. Because again, it's focused around the user. It's a social network. So they have to make sure that everybody's playing fair. They have to make sure that their credibility isn't questioned, right? What I'm going to be showing you in this course is how to make powerful Facebook ads. Ads that are going to, get users' attention, that's going to pull them in, make them want to click the ad and come check out your site. Now, I will mention from time to time some of the free and organic traffic that Facebook allows us to cultivate, but we're focusing on doing some paid advertising here because that is where there is a lot of power on Facebook. Now, the Facebook rules, which we will be dealing with fairly extensively, are very, very serious. You mess up and you get banned. And they've done that a lot. They've done it many, many times, and it won't hurt their feelings one bit to do it again. Okay, so we're going to be spending a good amount of time on the do's and don'ts kind of stuff with Facebook. I want to keep you, ahead of the game so that you stay in Facebook's good favor. One of the things that we're going to be looking at is your landing page. It's important with Google AdWords, and it's even possibly more so important with Facebook. They're actually going to monitor your landing page, and if you break any of the rules, you're out of there. Sayonara, adios, hasta la vista. So very, very, very important that we know the rules and that we don't, like with some things, and I confess, there have been campaigns that I have launched where I know what the rules are, okay? And maybe I will set everything up to pass the test, and after I get the approval and everything's good, I might go back and do a little bit of changing. Well, you got to be really careful with that kind of stuff with Facebook because, like I said, they will monitor your landing page, and if all of a sudden something is not right, you're gone. So you got to be careful. I mean, you might get a warning, but you might just get pulled. Okay. Let's talk about some exposure here. Again, we've got approximately 500 million users, but guess what? In the United States, we've got about 300 million of those. Okay? A little bit more, perhaps. That means a little bit more than half of the users on Facebook are here from the United States. The other half being from, guess where? Everywhere else in the world. As a matter of fact, just about every country represented. Okay, so huge reach here. Facebook, well, one of the things that we want to consider, something that we always want to ask ourselves when we're dealing about what kind of exposure we're going to be able to get, is monthly page views. Facebook, more monthly page views than Google. Okay? So we're talking about huge activity. Why? Because people don't just, log in and do a search and leave. As of July 2010, 500 million active users. Again, that is people that are pretty much logging in on a regular basis. 50% of the active users log in daily. Now, that's a phenomenal number. That means 250 million people that log into Facebook every day. And what do? They don't do like with Google. Just go there when they need something and do a search and try to find out some information about it. No. Facebook users go in and they stay there on Facebook. For how long? Well, around a total of 500 billion minutes a month. Now, that's a lot of clicking, boys and girls. That's a lot of visiting pages. The way Facebook works is this huge network where you have friends, and you can see things that your friends talk about. You can see pictures that they share. So what people do is when they go to Facebook, they might update their stats, but then they check out what their friends are talking about, and they might click on their friends and might look at something else. Okay, and they might spend, if you do the math here, you're talking about every user on the average spending 10 minutes on Facebook every single month. That's crazy. Okay, that is some awesome exposure. That means a lot of opportunity. Think about this. You're on Google, you do a search, ads show up, you look in the organic results, you find what you want, you click on that, you keep reading. Those ads are gone. They disappear. Adios, no more ads. Facebook, I mean, think about that. You get like what, 60 seconds of exposure maybe if they have a lot of links that they have to click through to find what they're looking for. Facebook, average of 10 minutes. Every time they click on something, there's going to be some kind of ad somewhere. Opportunity for you. Great exposure. Awesome. Worldwide appeal. 70 different translations of Facebook available. That covers pretty much every country on the map, right? Just about, at least. The lost city of Atlantis, we don't have a translation for them. 70% of the site's users, again, outside the U.S. So you can actually target specific countries if you want to, or you can reach everybody. Totally up to you. And one of the things that makes Facebook so crazy powerful is the potential to cause something to go viral. What in the world does viral mean? Viral is when an individual tells all the people that they know about something. And then those people, it is something that is so interesting that those people then tell all the people that they know. And you can see that we've got an exponential growth here that is absolutely phenomenal. Because it could start out with me seeing something and going, wow, that's cool. And then I tell my buddies about it. Maybe I've got 500 friends on Facebook. Of those 500 friends, maybe 50 of them want to tell other people about it, and they've all got 3, 4, 500 friends. Okay, you can see what happens there. Something goes viral very, very quickly. This is how videos on YouTube go from being posted and having no views to having 1 million views in a very, very short amount of time, because it goes viral. People spread that video to their friends, and their friends do the same thing. Now, Facebook has a lot of features that allow the potential for viral activity. For example, the actions that you do are known to your friends. So in Facebook, maybe you do a quiz, or maybe you play a game, or maybe you comment on something. That shows up to all of your friends. So they see what you're doing. If you talk about a website, they all see that. If you play some game, right, they're going to see that if it's a Facebook game. Well, it also has the feature called like. And basically, comments, pictures, ads even, all have this like feature where you can go there and you can say, hey, I like that. And you just click like. And it kind of keeps stats. Well, so let's say your friend likes something, you'll see that. And you'll check it out. Why does Johnny like that? So you check it out and you're like, yeah, I like that too. And you like it. You click the like link on there. Well, the more people do that, that thing can go viral very crazy, because let's say you discover something like your own awesome product that you're trying to promote and you like it, right? Your 500 friends, they all see that you like this thing. And they're like, wow, I wonder what's up with that. And so they check it out. Some of them like it. Whoa. Now the friends that they have see that they liked it, and they check it out. And it starts to fan out from there exponentially and goes viral. It's a pretty powerful concept, something that you should not underestimate. One of the things about this like thing is that it's perceived kind of like a personal recommendation from somebody, right? And that kind of word of mouth is the best advertising that you could ask for. So if a friend says, hey, I like this product, other people, it's kind of like they're being told personally, hey, Jerry likes that. Jerry thinks this is a good product. I'm going to check it out. So this is a very, very powerful feature. And again, what we're talking about here is why is Facebook such an excellent source. These are things that Google does not offer. And what's so funny is even an ad can be liked. So somebody could see one of your ads and like it. What happens? Instant exposure to all of their friends. Now, Facebook targeting. This is something that I perceive as probably one of the greatest benefits of Facebook. And I'm not sure, if they intended to do this from a long time ago. I assume so. The guy that started Facebook. Did you see that movie, Social Network? That was actually a pretty cool movie. I liked it. And from that aspect, it wasn't so much, early on, I don't think it was a thinking of let's create this site so we can, get rich and make a lot of money. But at some point, when it started to grow so quickly, somebody said, hey, you know what? There is something here, and we could clean house with this at some point. Well, I don't know if they started this with that in mind, but Facebook collects a lot of information about its users, and it basically has to. Okay, like their age, their gender, hobbies and interests that they have. And it's not that you absolutely have to fill out all this information, but for the most part, people want to because they want to find other people with similar interests. They like to talk about movies that their favorite movie. They like to talk about what kind of activities they're into. And in doing that, Facebook is collecting demographics that are extremely powerful. Not only does it allow us to focus in on the right user, if I got a product that does not appeal to females, why in the world would I want to pay Google for ads, when it's going to be a woman possibly doing the search? I want to be able to say, hey, this has got to go to men. Right? And with Google, they have some limited demographics, but they have no idea who's using the computer. Okay? Facebook does. Facebook knows what most of its users are interested in. What that does is help prevent clicks that just, don't jive up. A lot of times people on Google are clicking ads that if you only knew a little more about the person, you would know your ad's not even going to, it's not going to be something, the product itself is not going to be of interest to them. Maybe the ad did get their attention and got them to click, but the product itself not going to work, right? Well, with Facebook, they have targeting in place that allows the user to have the best experience possible. It gives them ads that they're going to be interested in. And honestly, if you look at it from the user standpoint, that's the best situation. When I use Facebook, and even let's say that I'm not on Facebook. Let's say I'm on a news site, right? How many times do you go to a news site or a tech site and there are ads on there that you're like, that is so not relevant. I couldn't care less. Okay, that's because they have no way of knowing who you are. So they basically have to get that exposure out there and try to appeal to you. What happens with magazines? Typically, a magazine has a theme. And with that theme, they know what kind of person is reading the magazine. So who advertises there? People that know this is my demographic. This is the user that is interested in my product. And they advertise. You do not see, a guitar advertised in a monster truck magazine. Just doesn't happen. You don't see $4,000 bicycles advertised in, something like Car Week or whatever. They know that that's a waste of money. Unfortunately, in a lot of advertising situations, that's exactly what people have to do, is waste money, because they don't really know if that user is going to be interested in that particular product. They're hoping, maybe based on keywords, that the person reading that article would be interested in this product, but a lot of times you'll go to a site and they'll have the same ads on the whole entire site, even for different topics. So what Facebook allows us to do is basically like, it's kind of like creating your own custom magazine. The things that you're interested in, those are the ads that are going to show up. So you're there, you're finding out stuff about your friends, you're maybe clicking links that they posted articles about something they thought was interesting. While you're doing all that, the ads that you're seeing are relevant to you. So your experience is going to obviously be a positive one. When I, get a magazine and the ads are about what I'm interested in, the ads don't bother me at all. Now, if I'm watching TV and ads show up that I couldn't care less about, what is that commercial? It's intrusive. It's something that I'm just going to tune it out because I don't care. With a magazine, I see the ads, I'm interested in that. I'll even check out the ad because I'm interested. That's what you get with Facebook. Now, today we know where Facebook is at, basically. Where is it headed? Thousands of new users every single day. Fantastic potential here. Started in 2004. I mentioned the movie, The Social Network, that they created about it. I mean, the fact that they made a movie about this website, think about it, okay? Facebook's here to stay. The demographics. Who's on Facebook? Who uses Facebook? Teens. And I would even say children, although I think they're not supposed to unless they're 13 years or older. Stay-at-home moms, families, professionals, single people, all ages. Everyone uses Facebook. Grandma and grandpa. My grandma is on Facebook, okay? Everybody uses Facebook. Facebook is easy to use. There are some things that require a little bit of looking to find out exactly how to do it. But the most common things that people just do on a daily basis, the things that regular users, I would say, use, very easy to do. Doesn't take a whole lot of explaining. The users have a good experience because of the layout. It's a very good layout. It's, again, easy to use. The ads are not obtrusive because they're things that you're interested in. So users like going to Facebook. They know that when they go there, they're going to be able to check up on their friends. They're going to find out stuff that they're interested in, and they're generally going to have a very good experience. Individuals use Facebook. Politicians use it. Businesses use it. Again, families, organizations, all these things use Facebook. Like, families want to keep in touch with each other. Maybe they're across the country. Maybe they're across the world. They can post pictures. They can say, here's Aunt Judy at the Christmas party, whatever. They can keep up on each other. Businesses use it. All of my businesses have a Facebook page. I'm in a band, as a matter of fact. My band has a Facebook page. Bands use Facebook all the time because it's a great place to be able to post pictures, updates, videos even. You can post videos on there, and people are able to, I mean, imagine the social potential here. You're in a band, right? You have people that are local that are on Facebook. And I mean, seriously, there's a lot of people on Facebook. Even in, I live in a relatively small community, and on there's a large number of people here in this area. And I'm talking, I think there's between 20 and 30,000 people in the town here. And there's a lot of people that use Facebook. You'll have local bands that have, hundreds of friends. That's how many people, and they're all locals, right? So you post where you're going to be playing this Saturday. They all know if they like you, they're going to go hang out there, right? Politicians, maybe they're running for election, or they want to just be able to communicate with the community and have a forum where the community can communicate back with them. So they want to stay in touch and have a two-way conversation going there. And of course, just individuals, people that want to get on Facebook and keep track of their friends and let them know what they're doing. So, Facebook's here to stay. Niche groups. This is a way for people that have similar interests to stay in touch. You're into something, I'm into something. Let's have a little group here, and everybody who's interested in that, we can meet each other, we can network. That allows, again, for a lot more exposure. All of a sudden, your friend Joey, that is on your friends list on Facebook, he joins some niche group, and now people in that niche group, they friend him. And wow, now they see that he likes something on your Facebook profile. Instant exposure to that whole entire group. Okay? It's killer potential here, folks. Applications. Facebook has a ton of free games. Now, I personally do not play the games because I don't have time to play those games. And I'm always getting requests from family and friends. They want to do some game or something with me. And I generally just don't do it. But a lot of people do. A whole lot of people do. And for the most part, man, there is probably an app for just about everything on Facebook. But it is a great way for people to spend some time with each other and have some fun. Media sharing. Super easy to share photos and videos. They made it really streamlined. And like I said, even grandma can post on Facebook. It's that easy. Custom privacy and behavior settings. This is a nice feature that allows you to, let's say that you did something on Facebook that you do not want all your friends to know about. Immediately after you do it, you will see that it is updated on your profile. And since you're logged into your profile, you can easily click a little X there and delete it, and bam, it's gone, and your friends don't know about it. So if you did something that you're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that, and you don't want it on everybody being updated, you can go in there and get rid of it. You can also elect to not share certain types of information by default. Okay, so there's some privacy settings in there that you can say, hey, you know what? I don't want this posted on my profile, this kind of stuff, and it won't happen. One thing, let me tell you a little story. I had some friends in high school, and Facebook was started in 2004, okay? I moved out to California. I grew up in Florida. I moved out to California in 2000, actually the end of 1999, I think it was. And I kind of lost touch with a lot of my friends. Well, 2004 came along, there's Facebook, started to grow, and believe it or not, I have been using Facebook for maybe a couple of years now, and this is 2011. So I signed up for it years ago, but I didn't really actively do anything with it. But I've just started in the last year, let's say, 2 years maybe, using it much more actively. And all of a sudden, just in the last 6 months, I got the bright idea, wow, I should look for some of my friends and see if they happen to be using Facebook. And guess what? A lot of them are. So I found a lot of friends from high school, friends from, after high school and that I lost touch with back in Florida. And they're friends now with me on Facebook, and we can see each other's pictures. We can be like, dude, you got fat after high school, It's really a great opportunity to make a connection. So even outside of your marketing, really, Facebook, I think, is a pretty it's interesting site that you should sign up. I know a lot of people are a little bit leery about sharing information online. I do have people. I had some lady months ago. I was talking to her about generating traffic, and I mentioned Facebook, and she about freaked out. No way am I going to use Facebook. I don't have nothing to do with that site. I'm not posting stuff about me like that on there. I don't want people, strangers being able to see this or that. Or it's ridiculous, really, okay? It's not that bad. Number one, you can control things. One of the things that you can do in your privacy settings, you can elect to not share anything with anybody unless they're a friend. So people want to be a friend, they have to request it, and you have to approve it. You can leave your profile where it's completely open and everybody can see it. That's up to you totally. And if you don't like that, then don't do it. Other advertisers. Let's take a look at how Facebook compares to some other advertisers. A lot less competition than with Google. So what does that mean? It means two things, really. Less money that you have to spend and a better opportunity to get the exposure that you need because you're not having to fight out so many others. Google often has thousands of bidders that are competing for ranking. A lot of times it'll maybe be 24 people, 24 different companies really bidding against the same keywords, or the same ads, for the same ad space. Sometimes hundreds and even thousands of bidders trying to get in there. So what does that mean? Hard for you to actually get a good position without paying a whole lot of money. There are some niches that $5, $10, $15 a click because there's so much competition. So right now what we're looking at is around 1/20th of the number of competitors on Facebook. So that gives you, you still got time. Get in there and get your Facebook real estate. Get your traffic now while there are so few competitors. Because Facebook advertising is still fairly new, the bids are pretty low. You're not going to spend, you're going to spend a fraction of what you would spend on other ad networks. Specifically, let's take a look at Google versus Facebook. Google is still the king. I have to give it to them. I mean, they are still the go-to place for a lot of advertising budgets. And it's probably going to be that way for a little while. But Facebook does have the best chance of knocking them off the hill, the whole king of the hill thing. Facebook is a contender. They're not to be ignored. And I, at some future point, would not be surprised at all if Facebook and sites like it were able to beat out Google as the go-to place, for advertising. Because it's just, once people find out that with Facebook they can target the right people, they can have a better return on investment, then obviously that's the place that they're going to go. But fortunately for us, we know this right now and we can get moving, whereas a lot of companies are not quite there yet. They're still thinking that Google's the only option, and they're out there blowing their money. I know of companies that spend thousands of dollars a day on Google advertising, on AdWords. And they could take that money and be, getting more back for it by spending it over at Facebook. But fortunately, they're not doing it right now. So I'm going to let them spend their money, and I'm going to spend mine in a different location. So there's less competition on Facebook than there is on Google. That means less cost. We have better targeting on Facebook. With Google, we can do some geo-targeting. Wow, that's cool. But with Facebook, I can get my ads directed to the right people. People that are not necessarily looking for, with Google, you go there, you do a search, bam, there's some ads, keyword relevant. Also, you're on a website and the article has keywords in it and they show you some AdSense. That's awesome, great. But Facebook, bam, there you go. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, ads, 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 and they're all right directed at me. More page views per month on Facebook than on Google, and the whole site is community oriented. So we've got a lot of reasons why Facebook has a potential here for knocking Google off the hill and becoming the king of advertising. Let's talk about who Facebook is right for. In the next video, we're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll basically just decide who should use Facebook and who shouldn't.